Hey everyone, Flint Iron Steel here. Today we are going to be putting new electrolytic capacitors into my 1964 Magnavox stereo console. The main guts, the main processor board, the main audio driver board, everything. So, here is the main guts of it. I'll turn it up for you guys. It sits in like this, it sits in vertically. And then it has all the dials that go on there. There goes the dikes. And there goes the solder sucker. So, it sits in there like that. Up here is your speaker out. In here is your, this here is the, let's see if we can get the good angle on it, maybe. This is your FM antenna here. This is charger power. It says that's what it is, but this is for the turntable. This is a power out. Pilot light, there's a little LED. I wouldn't say LED, they don't have LEDs, but the little incandescent bulb on the right hand speaker tells it it's on, and these are your speakers out. So you got channel 1, channel 2, and common for both. And then it's just more FM stuff up here. Let's see. This part right here, from what I can deduce already, just by looking at the tracing the wires and everything else like that, this is the FM AM radio driver circuit. So you see a bunch of crap on here. There was a capacitor on here that burst, and when I opened this thing up, when I opened the back of the console up, a bunch of plastic came out. So that's not good. I don't have a video of that because I picked this up over the weekend, last weekend or whatever. Today is September 2nd. Tropical storm Hurricane Hermine is coming through the area, so work is canceled. So this is what I got to do for my free time. Anyways, so got a bunch of garbage on here. I'll show you the capacitor that was on there. This is a capacitor. It was an electrolytic converter, a capacitor, I think, at one time. It's 200 microfarad, 25 volt. And if you can tell by the way I'm holding it, it's bad. You got a crack right here. I found it like this. All the plastic that just fell out of the console. I opened up the back panel. That was from this. And this capacitor was sitting right across here, and it blew out, and it blew junk all over the place. So I gotta get some alcohol and clean this up. There was another one at the bottom of the circuit that also burst. This little guy, which is a 200 microfarad, 20 volt. It sat across here, and it also burst here. Been using a couple other videos on YouTube, a couple other guys, older guys, much older guys, way older than me. Repairing these things. I believe one guy was the RCA Shed or whatever his name was. I'm not sure what his username was, but he hasn't uploaded videos in almost 3 years. So I'm using ancient, basically older YouTube videos to help out. So we also have 3 capacitors that were part of the transistor circuit, which is here, which all the resistors, all these big ancient 1960s spec resistors. So we don't have surface mount stuff. This is all hand soldered, and you can definitely tell because they loved their solder in the 1960s. So we got 2 400 microfarad 25 volt capacitors. They sat in like this. They were in this circuit here underneath these resistors. The resistors basically formed a bridge over it. But these are both 400 microfarad. I want to say millifarad, but that's not right. These are microfarads. Millifarad would be gigantic. And then we also have a little guy, 100 microfarad, 25 volt. That was up here. So we have 2 big ones here and a little one here. So the 2 that burst were on the FM circuit. This is the audio driver board here. I will have to take out these 4 bolts here. They're there's a quarter inch drive, and replace all these capacitors. So I will show you the stuff I picked up on Amazon. I had to put it in had to put it in a salvaged, I guess you would call it tackle box organizer. So let's go ahead and open it. So I picked up on Amazon, I got a 250 piece electrolytic capacitor kit. So it has the 25 volt capacitors, I think 10 microfarads all the way up to 2200 microfarad and 25 volts, 50 volt from 1 microfarad all the way up to 1000 microfarad, and then we also have some 16 volt 220 to what do we got? 220 to actually not 220, 16 volt 47 microfarad all the way up to 1000 microfarad. But this, I got this whole kit minus the tackle box with all these capacitors. Got it for 11 bucks. So this is a good thing. That's a good buy, I guess. But they're not exact matches for some of my guys. So for my 25 volt 250 microfarad, I'm going to have to use probably a 25 volt, let's see, that's 2200, don't want to use a 2200. I think there's a, no, that's a 1000. So I'll be using 25 volt 470s. So a little bit higher capacitance, but the same voltage. My 100 microfarad I can actually match. The 400 microfarads I can go up a little bit more. I just said that anyway. So I can go up, and then the let's see, to 250s. I'm gonna have to go up. I don't have any 300s. I don't think I do. I have some 220s, but I don't think those are good because the capacitance is too low. So we can go. I've got 220s. There are 250s, so I will go up to this little guy, which is a 50 volt 330 microfarad. I think I got some 330s over here. Yeah, I do. 25 volt 330 microfarad. So we're putting those in place. I think that's a bad idea. That might pop, but we can do it, I guess. So I guess for the increased capacitance, I could probably go up in voltage. It shouldn't be an issue. So I'm going to splice up with this video after this segment or whatever. We're going to splice up and make a time lapse, basically a 1 second time lapse, and put some music on there because I'll be listening to trademark music after this, and then during the time lapse we'll be listening to music. So can't do silence. Silence sucks. But that's the kit I got. Using run-of-the-mill solder sucker, this little guy. We're using 62-36-2 ratio rosin core solder with silver bearing in it, and then we're using a Radio Shack digital multimeter. You can hear the rain, it's starting to pour again. So yeah, Tropical Storm Hermine is over Savannah, I believe, right now, with the center rotation. So we will get started and waste some time today because work is closed. So, alright guys, hope you enjoy the next coming 2 or 3 minutes of time lapse, which will take over the course of probably about 5 hours. I have no clue how long this is going to take, and I'm afraid everything's going to blow up as soon as I plug it back in. So, whatever. At least the console looks nice. It's in good condition. So, let's go ahead and get started.